This practice is designed to get you in touch with your dreams, whether the dreams from the night before or your mystical inspiration to live a better life. I invite you to engage it with this intention and then focus on the breath work and physical movement. The process of the practice does the sacred work, and thus at the end, when you are invited to meditate, be ready to receive and embrace your dreams. This is wildness. When you die, you will give this body back. A spiritual practice will help you to heal and make your best dreams into your reality. Be seated and begin to breathe as you lean back and then close the throat lock and lean forward on an exhale. Continue at your pace, stretching your throat and neck and aligning your breath with your body's movements. Emphasize allowing the breath itself to induce the shift in your body, and allow the subtlety to focus you on the throat lock and the bridge between the head and the heart. Lift your hands, open them, and then bend forward in a cross-legged forward bend. Draw the abdomen in and release down towards the floor. Allow the lower back to release and the thighs to open. Inhale your way up, cross your legs in the opposite way. Draw the abdomen in, forward bend once again, other side. Release the head and allow each breath to bring you a little deeper. And the next inhale, come up. Lean to the side, feeling the lower hip, taking several breaths, arm overhead, releasing the neck. Exhale, fingertips towards the floor, stretching open the top neck, and reverse to the other side. Let go of the head and allow the shoulders to separate with each exhale. Next exhale, fingertips towards the ground, come back to center. Hero pose. Twist towards the upper leg. Allow the head to remain mostly centered as each inhale lifts the spine and each exhale twists a little deeper. Next exhale, give yourself another side stretch towards the upper leg. Feel the lower hip open and the top of the neck release. Fingertips towards the ground. Breathe to stretch the shoulder a little more. And on the next inhale, raise the lower arm over, cup the ear, and stretch that neck with several more breaths. Release, twist around to the other side, either reversing or going all the way in a circle, lifting from the feet. Hero, opposite side. Pause, breathe, and then twist towards your upper leg, the opposite side of the first. Inhaling up, exhaling twist. Emphasize the lower body through the shoulders, leaving the head and neck relatively loose. Come back to center, side stretch towards the upper leg once again. Let the lower shoulder release, creating a little more space to go a bit deeper. Feel the lower hip, and then exhale, fingertips of the upper hand towards the ground. Over time, emphasize choosing to stretch that neck a little more, bringing the lower arm over the ear. And once again, releasing the lower shoulder from the upper before returning to center. Hero pose, take a breath, or 3. Before straightening the legs in front of you, rolling them both out to the side, and then bringing the feet in for butterfly. Roll the legs first to open the hips properly, then bounce them a little into butterfly wings before grounding into the root. And brace yourself behind the hips with your palms, feeling the stretch from shoulders to tailbone. Ground those sit bones and emphasize the root lock breath. Then rotate around, coming up into goddess pose, still with the root chakra. Bounce a bit and then deepen. Grounding down, rotating the hips out, and breathing into your root. Emphasize the feel of the feet gripping the ground between the heel and the balls. Spread the toes, clawing at the ground a bit, and feel their hold on the earth. And carry that strength up into your tail. Come up, rotate slightly to the side, keeping the back straight leg rotated out. Begin rotating side to side in the Warrior 2 foundation without raising the arms yet. Find a balance, and then inhale your arms up and exhale them down into Warrior 2, keeping the rear leg straight, braced right above the knee. This keeps the hip rotated out. Breathe, exhale, down to center, reverse sides, inhale straight up with the arms, and then exhale down in Warrior 2 in the opposite side. Take a couple breaths here, and sink a little lower, choosing to deepen this pose each time you switch sides. Keep it natural and allow your breath to show you how to adjust your internal focus. Exhaling down, hands to center, other side, inhale up, exhale down into Warrior 2. Allow the stance to lengthen a little bit each time you switch sides. Keep the rear heel grounded and feel the balance between the front and back leg. Breathe naturally. Exhale, center, inhale up, other side, exhale down. Focus on how the point between your root and right above the knees stays in balance and works together, acting to grip the ground with the broad stance of the legs. Exhale, hands to center, reverse side, inhale straight up, and then side stretch. So you're still keeping that rear leg back, hip rotated out, and do an easy version first time. You are not leaning much weight on the lower arm. Exhale to center, switch sides with the foundation, inhale up, side stretch on the other side. Relatively straight line from heel, up your side, through the arm. First time in, it'll be a little higher. Count on deepening this pose each time you switch sides. We'll do several more. Exhale, center, other side with the foundation. Out of the foundation, lift into side stretch. Make sure your upper body is an extension of your grounded legs. And feel the line so you can push on your back straight leg and feel the strength directly affecting all the way through your side. Exhale down, inhale up, reverse the sides, side stretch. Over time, recognize which side you start with and use the opposite on purpose to break the habit of dominating with the left or right side. I rarely tell you which side to begin with so you can change your own relationship. Other side, exhale down, inhale up. You want to go deeper with the help of the hands and arms. And you want that depth to come out of your foundation. Prioritize the foundation. If you can't find it, take the arms down, find the foundation, and then extend with grace. Exhale, center, inhale, other side. You're holding that leg a little straighter by activating the muscles right above your knee. It keeps it straight and keeps the hip rotated out, thigh and hip rotating up and out, which enables an even deeper level of grounding from the heel through the root into your core. Then the upper body and arm reach out of your core in direct harmony with your center and the root. Come to center. Switch to a forward bend, straight-legged. So you're rotating first time down a little gently. Once again, activating the lower thigh above the knee to keep the legs somewhat straight. Then you're exhaling, your chin's a bit up, and each breath moves the thigh and the abdomen closer together. You surrender down and reach. Inhale up, straighten over the other side. Exhale, come down gracefully. First time in, be curious, don't force it. Find the space. Breathe into the space. When you know you'll be doing several poses on each side, let the first one help you establish your foundation in an easy, natural way. And then extend out of that ease to find a harmonious depth with each breath. Inhale up, exhale down. Each time you can reach a little further, broadening your stance. Open those hips, keep the back leg rooted. So you're always able to feel your balance and strength through the back foot and all the way up the leg. And if you can't, back off the depth of the pose. You can always come out of it and go back in a little more gently with more focus. Inhale up, reverse the sides once again. Exhale down. See if you can keep that leg a little straighter. And use your breath to release while you reach and surrender the lower back and integrate through the hips. Let your root be a point of focus. Allow your chin and chest to stay a little up. And then exhale your way down to a wide-legged position. This is the diamond die, and so are the forward bends over straight legs, standing up. The poses stay in association. You're inhaling over one leg, exhaling down. Inhaling up, switching sides, exhaling down. As ever, stay aware of the opposite leg, avoiding the temptation to focus too much on the one you're bending over. You can either keep going back and forth, one breath on a side, or stay on one side and breathe. When you stay, remain focused on opening that hip crease, keeping the foot flexed, emphasizing a rhythm as you inhale up and exhale to the other side. Watch how your body enjoys the switch. Keep the feet active. And breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your lower abdomen, moving down into the thigh. And breathe into any focus of tension to help it release. Inhale to center. Take a moment. Do you remember your dreams? Rotate to the side and then down on your back, hugging your knees into your body. when you were lying down last night, do you remember what you dreamed about? Allow the lower back to surrender into the ground. Tuck that tail to bring the lower back to the floor. And breathe into the upper chest and neck before lifting up into an easy shoulder stand with the knees bent. Stay here. People move through this too fast frequently. You can stay the whole time. Tuck the shoulders a little further under, bracing through the forearms through the upper arms. And then only lift and straighten your legs if you comfortably can. Either stay in a shoulder stand or begin inhaling up and down towards plow. If you're not open enough to do this, even if you can do it sometimes, don't do it now. If you do this, respect your limit. Don't push past it just because you can. Sometimes get into a deeper plow. This is early in a practice for a plow, so it's only by remaining aware of your limits that this will be an effective pose for you right now. It's perfectly okay to stay in easy shoulder stand with bent knees and become accustomed to the foundation of this pose. It's by working at your edge, not just your edge in an absolute way, but your edge today. It's by working at your edge today that you create depth and effectively relieve tension and deepen your awareness. If you so choose, straighten your legs, inhaling up into a shoulder stand. And again, this is early in the practice for a shoulder stand, so be present with today's version. Before rolling down to hug your knees once again. Hug those knees, hold them, surrender the neck into the ground, surrender the throat, surrender your upper chest with each breath. And then bring your hands behind your head, low, and prepare for bicycles. In bicycles, you're exhaling more than you're inhaling. You let the inhale happen. You're straightening one leg and you're leaning across your body, elbow towards the opposite knee. Elbow towards bent knee, straight knee with active foot. Exhale as you cross the body. Inhale center, exhale cross. So it's quick breaths. They're small and more subtle. Be rhythmic. Don't force the depth. So if your elbow doesn't touch your knee, it's okay. Work towards it. You don't need to count. You want between 10 and 20. If you get more than that, great. Focus on form and heat in your core. All the effort comes from your core and up high in the solar plexus. Let the neck be loose. No straining with your upper body, no lifting with your arms. You're bringing your upper body across with the strength of your core. And you remain conscious and intentional as you stretch each leg. Keep the toes alive. And stay within a limit that feels natural. If every repetition is a little bit strained, you're going to teach your body to normalize strain. You want to find that edge just short of that kind of lurch. And then deepen from that core strength. Wherever you are, find an end, hug your legs again, surrender back down, feel the heat in your core. Bring the feet flat. And then inhale them up and do an easy side twist. So your legs stay together, fall down to one side, lower down to one side, while you gently reach out the opposite arm. You can accentuate it by looking towards that arm if you choose, but mostly breathe into your lower body and feel the twist up towards and into your chest. The opposite arm is lifting up on the top knee to accentuate the twist a little bit more. As ever, find exactly the depth where your body is opening and your breath can show you where your focus can create deeper space. Often, it pays off to breathe into your lower hip to relieve strain on the upper hip, centering your focus from the obvious points of tension. Get both sides. Before returning to center. And begin inhaling up in bridge. So inhale up, bridge, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. When you begin this pose with one breath, your body will naturally show you what needs to be more fluid. When you do 10 repetitions, each repetition will bring you a little deeper in a natural way. Yes, there are many ways you can correct this to make it more effective. Allow your body and breath to reveal which correction to focus on next. Often, that means tucking those shoulders under a bit more. Sometimes it means moving those feet a bit closer, activating the toes, bringing life all the way down your legs. Feel the rhythm and find that depth up that's part of a fluid motion. So you're not pushing yourself past what your body does naturally, and you're wanting to reach a little higher in a way that remains natural. Wherever you are, finish. Surrender that lower back into the ground by tucking the tailbone. Breathe into that space, lengthening the spine. Before extending your feet out, bringing them up and in. Exhale, straight out. Inhale, up and in. Whatever depth works for you. Either continue this or begin boats. So you're inhaling up, exhaling back down, knees into the chest. Inhaling up into a boat, exhaling down. So you're going to stay with the first stretch or begin the second. You're not counting. You want between 10 and 20. Somewhere in there. For this practice, we're focusing on form and heat, fluidity and intensity. If you can't get 10 of an exercise, you want to do an easier version. It's more productive to get to 10 than it is to force yourself through painful versions of something that you're not quite ready for. Inhale up, exhale down, compressing the knees towards the chest. And if that's inhale, legs out, exhale, legs into the chest on the simpler version. By being honest with your actual limits, you will have a much greater impact on your health than attempting to force yourself past your limits and repeatedly using incorrect form and straining yourself in a way that causes you to not enjoy your practice. Your body tells you when something isn't working well. And don't allow mental goals to achieve a certain number of reps or a depth of bend to overweigh what your body is communicating is actually a good challenge for you today. These boats are all from your core. You want to keep that head a little back. Resist the urge to look forward and bend at the neck. Focusing on just sort of lounging. All that work is from your lower central body. And the shoulders are following with the fingertips pointing towards the feet in these boats. And again, it's better to pause and breathe with the fire than it is to force several more that are miserable. You're only aiming for getting at least 10. If you do more, and you're enjoying the intensity and the challenge, wonderful. Today I'm doing 34 of these. Find fire. That fire is the goal. That fire in your core. And then breathe into it and make it a part of you. Before rising, resting a bit in a butterfly, supported as you lean back with your palms grounded behind your hips. Opening your chest. Drawing that fire up through the root into your core, into your heart. Breathe to integrate the fire in your body. Before rotating and lifting into a ragdoll pose. So slightly bent knees and you're surrendering down, leaning with your elbows on your knees. This allows you to release your upper body and shoulders with a lot of support. You're going to draw one thumb, the one you're less inclined to start with, to block the same side nostril. Inhale, exhale, twist across your body. Inhale, lift up a little, center, reverse. Exhale, twist. Your pace. You want a naturally deep breath with strength, inhaling to center. Reverse, which nostril you close, and then twist across your body. You can stay on the same side, meaning your elbow stays on the same knee. And if you can effectively cross your body and twist at the same time, coordinating these movements, it'll help release a little bit more of the air in the bottom of your lungs. The rhythm is important to follow on your own, meaning you want a naturally deep breath and then exhale a little more slowly and let the twist of your body help you find a way to empty a little bit more air. You can help this by lifting the upper arm as you twist. So the arm that you're twisting towards lifts up. Don't distract yourself with it. Allow it to extend the twist of your body, so long as you don't become so focused on the shoulder that you can't feel your breath. And return to center in ragdoll. Feel the balance you've created in the nose tip. Releasing the head and shoulders. Feeling that belly surrender. Before sinking down. Sinking down into a low squat. If you can, come down on the heels. If you can't, stay in the balls. If that's not comfortable, don't do either. Come down on your knees, surrender into the ground. And ask yourself, are you done? This is a good time to be done. If you're not done, begin a little side lunge. So you extend one leg straight and lift the foot, rotating on the heel. But don't force it. Just do this if you know you have a little more energy to wring out of your body. You can brace yourself on your hands to shift from side to side, or for a deeper challenge, get up and then squat down towards one leg as you lift the foot and rotate the opposite side. The straight leg rotates to open. Then return into the squat if you've taken on this last challenge. I really encourage you to think of it as a final challenge that you don't need to do. And then sink down into cross-legged, seated position. Take a little time to ground those sit bones, remove the flesh of the buttocks so they can touch the ground more directly. Then adjust the placement of your ankles and perhaps move them a little further away from the pelvis. And then activate the abdomen ever so slightly. You'll feel how this relieves pressure on the hip crease, which brings more blood into your legs and allows you to lean back a little bit more, grounding through the sit bones. So you're not leaning over the legs, which further constrains the blood and prevents you from being able to sit comfortably and surrender your practice with your breath. Commit to being still after a final adjustment. So you transition to use your breath from within to address any remaining tensions. So you can watch the momentum of your practice unwind within you and trust that you have done a good job taking care of your body, and you can let go into the earth. And I invite you to open yourself to the truth of your dreams. As you breathe, trust the strength and balance of your physical form to tune in. And whether you choose today to emphasize getting in touch with any guidance that the dreams from your nighttime sleep have to give you, or you choose to intentionally be receptive to the guidance of mystical dreaming in the day, something that's new and fresh right now. Both connections to your spirit happen on the same vibrations, and this practice is aligned to open you to this path of spirit. Breathe. Feel balance. Receive and be open to what you have to learn. You may trust that your spirit will give your mind as much as it is ready to handle. When you create space to receive it, do not be lost, reaching for more when what you've been given may already be enough. Whatever vision you may have, hold it, cherish it, and remember it to reflect for the rest of your day. I invite you to stay in meditation for as long as you need to complete today.